So I found an old yoga journal which is dated May 2014, and it has a sequence in it, and it says 7 poses for strong toned abs, and it does lots of planks, dolphin planks in particular, forearm planks, knee to arm, extended side planks. I don't know if you can see that, extended down dog rather, and it ends up with the splits. So you go from Chaturanga, you bring one knee forward, and then you try and extend one leg forward, and you're coming into a standing, like Chaturanga splits sort of thing. Anyway, I thought we'd work our way into that. But anyway, if you want any old yoga journals, let me know, and I'll stick them on my doorstep for you guys. Getting chilly today, so I've got my little yoga socks on. I don't know if you can see. Probably take them off at some stage. Come to a comfortable seated position, resting the hands on the knees. Close the eyes. Focus on the breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, long, slow, deep breaths. Each inhale, pulling in a little bit more air, filling the lungs a little bit more. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the nose, trying to make that exhale just as long as the inhale. Get tall. Expand across the collarbone, but at the same time keeping the shoulders relaxed. Chin slightly tucked, head back. Trying to reduce any strain in the neck. Alternate nostril breathing. We take the right hand, place the thumb on one side of the nose, ring finger on the other side of the nose. And as you gently close the right nostril without bending the nose, breathe in through the left side. Close the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale through the right side. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. 2 or 3 more rounds at your pace. Remember to switch from one side to the other side at the top of the inhale. After the next exhale, bring both hands down. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder, stretching the neck out. 2 or 3 breaths. Keeping that side stretch, starting to bring the head a little bit more forward. And then bringing the head backward. And then we bring the head up to neutral and take the head over to the other side, breathing. We keep the side stretch. We start bringing the head forward. And then backward. We bring the head back to neutral. And then we turn the head looking over one shoulder, letting the movement follow the eyes, looking behind you. We inhale to neutral, exhale, we turn the head in the other direction. Inhale back to neutral, tuck the chin. This time bring the hands behind the head to assist, getting the chin in a little closer. And then the head comes back up, hands down, and we carefully take the head back, opening the throat. Back to neutral, and then just work on the shoulders a little bit, bringing one shoulder forward, up, back and down, other shoulder, both together. Just loosen up there a little bit. Okay, a bit of a side stretch. Take the right hand over to the side, pushing into the ground, into the mat. Reach up with the other arm. Really reach as much as you can. Try to get a little bit of traction before you bring the arm over the head, looking up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Inhale, we come up, reaching up with the other arm, and exhale over to the other side. And then we come back up and we do a gentle twist, placing the left hand on the outside of the right leg. Gentle twist. And then we twist in the other direction. And then we come back to neutral. Interlace the fingers, extend the arms forward, shoulders back. Trying to get those arms active, trying to straighten the arms. And we start bringing those arms up, keeping the shoulders happy, trying to frame the face. And then we bring the arms down. And then we interlace the hands in the other way. Feels weird. Extend the arms forward again. And then bring the arms up. And then take the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers again, pull the shoulders down, in, fold forward, looking up. Go as far as you can, and then start tucking the chin as you bring the arms up. And then we come back up. Extend the right arm forward, shoulder back. Pull that arm in towards you. Easy stretch. Hardly feeling much of a stretch. Inhale. And pull the arm in a little closer on the exhale. Inhale. And then pull that arm in closer. One more. Inhale. And then pull that arm in a little closer still. Other arm comes up, extended forward, shoulder back. We start pulling that arm in. Easy stretch, gentle stretch. Then use the breath, inhaling, deepening on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So as I said earlier, we're going to follow a sequence from a May 2014 yoga journal, working our way into forearm splits. And as I said earlier, I've got a load of yoga journals. If you want any, just message me and I can leave them on the doorstep. You can take what you want. So I've got a whole paper box full of old yoga journals. So we're going to do a little bit of warm up first. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees, warm the spine up. Cat-cow a few times. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, round in the back, tucking the chin. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. Just move with the breath. So the next time you're in cow, hold cow, so the belly towards the ground, the head is up. Now try this. What I want you to do is start pulling the knees towards the hands. And the hands towards the knees. The knees and the hands are not moving, but you're pulling towards them and you're going to feel that core working. That's what we're going to get to today. Going to strengthen that core. And breathe. We come into neutral. We tuck the toes and we come into downward facing dog. And we're going to hold down dog for a few breaths. Pushing the thumb, index finger into the mat. Keep it pushed in as you bring the little finger to the mat and the armpits towards the mat. Keeping the ears in line with the arms. Back is neutral, eventually bringing the heels down to the ground. And then we look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale folding forward. Inhale we come all the way up. And then exhale into mountain. So we're going to do a few sun salutations to warm up. We'll do a half salute, sun salutation A, sun salutation B. I'll just face you guys. So we're going to get the legs parallel. So ideally, I always say get the feet parallel, but it's more important is to get both knees facing forward. Some people, the feet have to point out, but the knees are still tracking forward. So get the knees tracking forward. Inhale as you sweep those arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, breath core brings us up. Exhale into mountain. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, back into mountain. Use that breath. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, mountain. And bend the knees if you need to. Keep the back nice and happy. Sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, we fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank. Elbows in, you bring the knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Hold down dog, few breaths. We look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale as we fold forward. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale into mountain. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale as you fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're in plank. Your choice, Chaturanga or knees, chin, chest to ground, Cobra or up dog, looking up, exhaling into down dog. 2-3 breaths. We look forward, we come forward, inhaling halfway up, exhale as you fold forward, inhale we come all the way up, exhale into mountain. Okay, Sun Salutation B, we start off in chair, inhaling as the arms come up, exhale as you fold forward and down, inhale halfway up, exhale, we plant the hands, we're back into plank, just like before. Chaturanga on knees, chin, chest to ground. Inhaling into Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, extended down dog. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Readjust the back foot. We're into Warrior One. Hold Warrior One for a breath or two. And then we switch to the other side. Plank, Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, left leg up, extended down dog. Sweep that foot through. Readjust the back foot. Warrior One, breath or two. And then we're back in plank. Chaturanga, elbows in, up dog, down dog, hold down dog a few breaths. And then we come forward, inhaling halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Knees bent, we're back in chair. And then we come up. So we'll do one more of those. But we'll move out of Warrior One a little bit more quickly. Inhale into chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're back into plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep it through. Readjust the back foot. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, back into plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Readjust the back foot. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold down dog. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Knees bent. We're back in chair. And then we come all the way up. Okay, we're just getting ourselves warmed up, right? So next we're going to work our way to Warrior Two. I'm just going to flip my mat. So we'll come to the front of the mat. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we're back in plank. Knees down or chin, chest to the ground, or Chaturanga up dog. Up dog or Cobra. Up dog, hips are off the ground, arms are straight. Knees are up or down, optional. downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, extended down dog, and then we sweep that foot through. We're in warrior one. Stay in warrior one. And then what we're going to do next is we're just going to swivel on the heels, warrior one in the other direction. And then we come into warrior two. I'm going to take my feet a little bit wider so I can go a little deeper at the same time, keeping that front knee over the front ankle. Arms extended, shoulders nice and soft. Keep that front knee nicely lined up with the little toe or the center of the foot. And then we swivel on the heels again. Warrior two in the other direction. And then we take the feet a little bit wider, toes pointing towards the side of the mat, feet parallel, so the legs are nice and wide, pushing the outer edge of the feet into the mat. You're getting a nice stretch on the inside of the legs. And then we're going to start bringing the hands between the legs, so the arms are shoulder width apart, fingers are lined up with the toes. You're pushing into the mat, leaning a little bit more on the toes, and you're trying to look between the legs, looking behind you. Breathe. And then come onto your fingertips, and let's just go from side to side, bending one leg as you straighten the other one. Trying to keep the outer edge of the feet on the mat at all times. So we're just getting a little bit of length on the legs, on the inside of the legs. So this is basically beginning with Sun Salutation A. This is the warm-up routine that they suggest in that yoga article. And then we're going to get into the 7 poses that they describe. Come all the way up. They've got pictures of 7 poses, but in the description some of them are really 3 poses. Something a little bit different. So we're going to come into what they call Dolphin Plank. I call it forearm plank. So we get the palms down, and then we're going to walk the feet back so the heels are over the toes, and we're going to hold this for 5 breaths. You're pushing the arms into the ground, try not to sink between the shoulder blades. And then we slowly come down and we release. So there's going to be a lot of planks, forearm planks in different variations. And if you need to sort of come out sooner rather than later, that's fine. Anytime if it's too much or you need to break, you can come into child's pose. Just see how you can do. Sphinx, tuck the toes, bring those hips up. Trying to keep the back nice and neutral, not bringing the hips up too high or too low. And hold this, but breathe. Usually take about 5 breaths. And then we come all the way down and we totally relax. That's the first of the 7 poses. The next one is Dolphin side to side plank. So basically we come up into Dolphin Plank and we walk the feet over to one side so they're just off the mat. So I'm walking over to the right side and I'm pushing a little bit more into that left elbow, and then we take 5 breaths. And then we walk the feet over to the other side. And just off the other side of the mat. So my feet are over to the left, I'm pushing into the right elbow a little bit more, trying to keep those shoulders even to the ground, and breathe. And then back into Dolphin Plank, and we come all the way down, and we relax. The article says relax between the different side planks first. So we did both sides and then we're relaxing. Hopefully that's okay. We're building up that core. This is good for you. Okay, this one is Dolphin Plank again, with what they call the oblique variation. So we bring the hips up, and then I'm going to bring the little right toe onto the ground and then stack the feet. Both forearms are still on the ground. You're still trying to keep the shoulders nice and even to the ground. And don't let the butt stick out. And we hold this. And then we come into regular Dolphin Plank. And this time we'll relax before doing the next side. Okay, Sphinx, Dolphin Plank, little toe side of that left foot on the ground, stack the feet, even pressure on the forearms, push the hands into the ground, don't stick the butt out, and breathe. Forearm plank, come down, take a little breather. So there's a few nice variations of the forearm plank. I have a little cheat sheet here as well. Come onto your hands and knees. So this one, this is a bit naughty, I think, in this article, because they say they've got three-legged downward-facing dog. They say this is one pose according to the picture, but it's actually three poses. You'll see why. We come into plank. And then, so this is the first pose, and then we bring the right knee in towards the ribs, and this is really a second pose, and then we do extended down dog, and we hold for 5 breaths. Now in this extended down dog, try not to lift that top leg up too high. You want to try and keep a straight line through that top leg, the hip, all the way through to the wrists. And then we keep the leg raised and we come into one-legged plank. See, the article's misleading. You think it's one pose, but it's actually several poses. And then plank, both feet down. We bring that other knee in. And then we come into extended down dog on the other side, straight line. So we're not lifting that leg up too high, you're trying to keep it nice and even, so the hips are nice and even. Straight line, top leg through to that top shoulder. And then one-legged plank. And then we bring that foot down, knees down, and take child's pose. That's a tough one. Okay, it's getting interesting. So next is we're in plank, and we bring one elbow to the outside of the arm. We'll hold it, and then we'll switch to the other side. And I think they do each of these 3 times, I think. No, they just do this once. You're lucky. And we return to 3-legged plank after that. So come into plank. And then we're bringing the right knee to the outside of the right arm, and you're trying to get the knee above the elbow, and you breathe. And then we extend the leg, extended down dog, and you bring that leg down, you're back in plank, and then you bring the other knee, so I'm bringing the left knee, and I'm trying to get it slightly above the left elbow. And then extended down dog. Foot comes down, knees down, and we rest in child's pose. And slowly come up, sitting on the heels. If this is getting too tough, it's a challenge for me as well. You know, just modify it, bring the knees down. You can obviously skip a pose if you need to. So the next is Chaturanga with the knee pulled in, and this Chaturanga itself is tough. So if you want to do just the forearm, just do the regular plank or the forearm plank again, that's fine. If you can do Chaturanga, you come into plank and you bring the elbows down, Chaturanga, and you bring in the right knee slightly above the elbow if you can, and breathe. I think we'll just hold it for 3 breaths. Extended down dog, top foot joins the bottom foot, we're back into plank, we drop to Chaturanga, we bring the other knee outside the left leg, the left arm. Extended down dog, top foot joins the bottom foot, knees down, and we rest in child's pose. Okay, I'm just going to readjust my mat. So let's start off in plank. And then we're going to bring, I'll do the mirror image, we're going to bring the right knee above the right elbow, and then we drop into Chaturanga, and then we start extending that leg forward, and you're looking up and you're bringing the whole body forward, and you're trying to bring that top leg off the ground. And it doesn't happen, but you can try, maybe it happens for you. Back into down dog. Plank. Bring that left knee above the right elbow. Chaturanga. And then we extend the leg. And we're looking forward. And we try and bring that leg up. Got it. Briefly. Down dog. Knees down. And we rest in child's pose. Phew. So that is a tough one. I got it on one side, I didn't get it on the other side. So they say in yoga, repetition is your friend. So let's try this one more time. We come into plank. So you're going to do it on your right, I'm doing it on my left. And then we bring that right knee above the, slightly above the elbow, and we bring the elbows to Chaturanga. We extend the leg forward, we're looking forward, and you're trying to bring that back leg off the ground. And I just can't do that side. Try the other side. Plank. Left knee above the left elbow. Chaturanga. Extend that front leg. And you bring that back leg up. And I can just hold that just for a moment. So they make it look so easy, the article, right? Okay, sit on the heels. Bring the hands behind you. Fingers lined up with the toes. Open the chest. Head goes back carefully. So that's that. That's the 7 articles. We're done with that. We can do our own thing now. Breathe. Really opening that chest. Maybe bring those hips up. And then we come into child's pose. And we come back up. So we've done all that warm up, all that core stuff. So I don't think we should waste it. I think we should have a go at crow. Since we're all prepped for it, right? Feet wide apart. We're in the squat. We're pushing the upper arms into the legs. Getting the back a little bit more neutral. Malasana. And if you want to just hang out here, you can. If you want to do the crow, we bring the hands down. So my little fingers close to the edges of the mat. Knees come higher, leaning onto the upper arms. Looking forward. Let one foot come up, let the other foot come up. Bring the toes together, squeeze the arms and breathe. And then we slowly come down. That's so easy after all the other stuff, right? Come to a standing pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, you're bringing the hands down to the ground. So the hands a foot or so in front of you, a little bit wider than hips. We take the feet wider. We're onto the toes, we bring the knees high up the arms. Crow again, or crane. But this time the knees are on the back of the arms. We're looking forward. We lean onto the arms. Remember, we never kick up. We just let the legs float up. So the upper arms are like shelves for the legs. We bring the toes together, engage the core, back is rounded, pulling the belly in, and breathe. And if you have room and you're so inclined, you could jump back into Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and then relax. Onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Bring up the right leg, extended down dog. Sweep that foot through. Oh, one thing I did forget in the warm-up was the lunge. They said try and weave in a few lunges before you go into those 7 poses. Never mind. Stretching out the psoas, the front of that back leg. We bring the hands down. We walk that front foot forward an inch or 2. And on the exhale, we start extending the leg. Inhale into lunge. Exhale, extend. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, extend. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, extend. We hold the extension. We walk the hands in a little bit closer. Try and keep the back neutral. If you want to fold forward and go deeper, that's fine. I'm just going to hold it here. For some reason I've got a lot of tightness on my outer left hip, so this is plenty of stretch for me today. We switch. We're in the lunge. Come onto your fingertips. Switch legs. Low lunge on the other side. Stretching out the front of that back leg. We bring the hands down. We walk that foot forward. Inhale, and on the exhale we extend the leg. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, extend. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, extend. This time we're going to hold that extension, walking the hands in a little bit closer, keeping the back neutral. Eventually the belly can be in contact with the leg, you can fold all the way forward. And again, try and keep the kneecap pointing up towards the ceiling. And then hands either side of the front foot, in plank. Engage that core, push the hands into the ground, shoulders up. Start bringing the whole body forward. Elbows in, you're turning the inside of the elbows towards the front of the mat. You slowly come into Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog, opening up. Exhale, back into down dog. We bring the knees down and we come into child's pose. Let's work our way into Pigeon. Come to a standing position at the front of the mat. Tadasana. Inhale as you bring the arms up, looking up. Exhale, hinging forward and down. Inhale, halfway up, back neutral. Exhale, we plant the hands, we walk into plank. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up to the ceiling, extended down dog. And on the exhale, we come into Pigeon. You're bringing that right knee towards the right wrist. The knee can be more centered if you have too much of a stretch on the groin. So some people like the knee in centered. Next, I like to tuck the toes of the back foot and walk that foot back, getting a little closer to the ground, getting into a little deeper stretch. That may or may not work for you. Keep the hips nice and even. You can pop a block underneath the hip if you need to. Now this is raised Pigeon, pay attention to that back foot. Keep the foot nicely lined up with the leg, top of the foot on the mat, preferably, and then extended Pigeon, and we're just going to relax. So extended pigeon is nice, you can relax, gravity's doing all the work for us. We're getting a nice hip opening. The knee should be happy, always keep the knee happy. If you feel any discomfort in the knee, do the recline pigeon on your back, pulling the leg in. For those that want a little bit of extra quad stretch, I mean we did the lunge already, but this is another quad stretch. You can come into raised pigeon, and if your left leg is the one behind you, you reach for the inside of that left foot with the left hand, and you pull that foot in a little closer. So I'm bringing the hand onto the top of the foot. I'm pulling the foot in a little closer, getting a bit more of a stretch here. And then what I like to do is take hold of the foot with the other hand, again the inside of the foot, but this time I'm pushing the foot into the hand, adding a little bit of a twist, so I'm opening the chest. I'm working that back leg as much as I can. And breathe. And then release. We tuck the toes of the back foot, we come into down dog, and we walk the dog. Pigeon, other side. First of all, extended down dog, bringing the left leg up. And then we bring that knee towards the left wrist, keeping the knee happy. Walking the toes of that back foot back a little bit. Both hips nice and even distance to the ground. So raised pigeon, nice back bend. And then we slowly come down into extended pigeon and just hang out here. We come back up, so we're going to transition into a seated twist. So if your left knee is forward, you're going to lean over to your left and take that back foot, bring that back foot round, and it can be on the outside or the inside. That bottom leg can be, knee can be bent, or the leg can be straight. We then hug the knee, or we bring the arm outside. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. If your arm is outside and your shoulders hunched up, just hug the knee. Keep the shoulders happy. Looking behind you, take about 3 or 4 breaths. We unwind. We switch legs. Hugging the knee or bringing the arm outside the leg. So I usually, if my arm is outside the leg, I usually have to round my back a little bit, and then I get length, and then I go into that twist. And you're keeping both shoulders relaxed, don't let the shoulders hunch. And then we unwind. Pada Koundinyasana, we're bringing the soles of the feet together. And we just start rocking. As we rock, we're getting the feet in a little closer. If your knees are high, if your back is rounded, make sure you sit on something. You want to keep the back neutral. And then we just slowly encourage the knees to the ground. You can flap the knees if you want, butterfly pose. But eventually we're trying to get the knees as close to the ground as we can. So a lot of arm strength here. the nice thing about holding onto the feet is you can use that arm strength to bring those hips a little bit more forward, getting that natural curve of the lower back, and breathe. And then we release. We cross the feet, we pull the feet in, and we come onto our hands and knees. Downward facing dog. And then we bring the knees down. We sit on the heels. We lean over to one side and come onto your back. Get ready for Shavasana. So come onto your back. Take a full body stretch. Extend the arms over the head. Extend the legs. Trying to get as much length as you can. Really try and get as much traction as you can. Start pulling the hips away from the feet and then start pulling the back away from the hips. And then make sure you've got nice length in the neck. Then add a side stretch, getting into that banana shape. Stretching out one side of the body, the ribs, the hip. And then we stretch out the other side. And then we recenter. And then walk the feet in, knees bent, and the feet wider than the hips. And we'll just take the knees over from side to side a few times, windshield wipers. And then knees back to center, come into Shavasana. Eyes closed, arms either side of your palms up. And just totally relax. Letting the whole body get heavy. Make sure you're not holding tension anywhere. Working from the feet up. Sometimes we hold tension in the shoulders in particular or the face. So just make sure those areas are soft, totally relaxed. Breathing is regular, but you're bringing attention, focus to the breath. Bring your attention to the hands and the feet. Stretch out the hands. Stretch out the feet, spread the toes. And then relax the hands and feet. Again, stretch out the hands, stretch out the toes. Stretch out the toes, stretch out the hands more. and more, and relax. One more time, stretching the hands out, the toes out, as much as you can, and then relax. Walk the feet in. Just roll over to your side, keeping the eyes closed. Taking 2 or 3 breaths. And then gently push yourself into a seated position. Inhale as you bring the arms up. Exhale as they come down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the forehead. Namaste. So challenging routine today. The only thing I forgot is to weave in the lunges during the warm-up. I'm going to practice that routine a bit more. That last pose was a struggle.